with his killer handlebar mustache. He would later become one of the most recognized artistic icons of the 20th century. Salvador Dali was one of 3 children and was named after his brother who died shortly before his birth. His parents were said to have taken young Salvador to his brother's grave, telling him he was the reincarnation of his brother. No pressure. Like many Spanish families, the Dalis had a weekend home. Theirs was in Cadaqués, just east of Figueras. Dali later moved into the town himself. He brought the nature around him into his home and studio, as I learned from Ana Massobrosa at Dali's former home.
When they first bought this place, it was in 1929. They would always just spend spring and summertime here until October, more or less, and then they would go to Paris and New York.
Okay, so they come back here, relax, with obviously we're gonna see gorgeous views everywhere. That makes sense, okay.
Relax, but also work.
Okay, all right.
Cadaqués, this area, was his main inspiration at a landscape level, so this is where he would produce. This light, this landscape would inspire him the most, so this was his working place, and then later in the evening he would greet people.
Okay,
but never inside the house. This was his very private space.
Interesting.
That's the Sagrada Familia, and you see other bottles as well. Those are liquor bottles that Dali and Gala would collect, and they had them there to offer or to have here in the dining area. Dali loved the kind of organic architecture that Gaudi did. Gaudi, and in general, all Art Nouveau modern style artists, he appreciated, but Gaudi especially.
I wondered if he might even just have an appreciation for the organic shapes. Plus, I mean, obviously they both loved color in interesting ways, but wow, that's cool to have that. That's neat. I know he was really proud to be from this area. Where did he get all the influence? I mean, is it creativity something that really, is it something that just always has been here, or he brought it here? I mean, what do you think?
Well, Dali was born in 1904 in Figueras, and Figueras was a very important cultural center. He had the right context to become a great artist, and many people were interested in art in general, yes? So they were creating and creating and creating. Yes, and then here in Cadaqués, whenever he would come with his family, because they had a summer house, yes? He met other artists, so he would interact. Okay, so now we're coming out in this inner courtyard.
Which is, it's beautiful out here.
That Dali design, and here in front of us we see this wall. They would be protected from this very strong wind that's blowing.
You feel it, you probably hear it too. It's very strong.
You see this window framed in a way that actually looks like an artwork.
I literally was thinking, this is like a painting, like right there. It's so beautiful.
Okay, so now we are in this relaxing area.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful. Look at this window. It looks like, again, another painting. And then here we see this this mirror.
What's with the mirror, which is not facing us whatsoever?
Yeah, with this very special angle. Dali designed it this way because in front of the mirror, on the upper part, we've got his bed.
Oh, okay.
And right now we are in the most eastern part of Spain. Dali wanted to be the first person in Spain to see the sunrise.
So he's like, I am the first one.
There we go.
Who's gonna see it every morning. I love it. Wow, this
Dali
really opens up.
Yeah, it's wide and big.
Yeah, it's huge.
Here we see the 2 beds. The one on the left, that was Dali's bed. In fact, that bed is facing that mirror.
Oh yeah, now I get it. You can see that direct line from that mirror. Yeah.
Correct. So now we are going to see his final workshop.
Oh my goodness.
Which is
okay, so window everywhere now.
Frame windows. It looks like
it's beautiful.
a painting once again.
Yeah.
Lots of light. He needed this light, right?
Yeah, there's tons of light.
In order to paint.
Yeah.
And you actually see the original brushes, the original oils that he used, the stereoscopic glasses that he would use in order to alter reality. He loved optical illusions, play with reality, etc. And then we see this kind of like strange shape.
This is a cloud. I don't know.
A cloud, a pumpkin. People see different things, but what it actually represents, according to Dali, is an atom. Yeah?
Okay, now I see that. Got
Dali
it.
was fascinated of all the atomic theories, the nuclear theories, the explosion of the atomic bomb touched him very much. So he starts to develop this artistic style that he called nuclear mystic, inspired by the atomic theories.
Seems like he was always trying to keep in touch with like what's coming, you know, wanted to be ahead of the curve.
Just like a Renaissance artist, I would say, he was very interested in many fields, and one of these fields was science and new discoveries. So he would follow them very close by, and he would introduce them to his art. Yes, actually, we see this reflected in many of his works.
Man, the light is just beautiful. Wow, there's these little passages everywhere. Oh, there he is. There's the Michelin guy. Okay, he's there.
Yeah, it's a kind of a surrealist space.
All right, you got to tell me about this. So what inspired this sitting area over here?
That area over there, it is, I would say, the pop art area.
Isn't it though? Yeah, the pop art area.
He's using advertising images to create this kind of like sitting. Him and Gala would sit there every now and then to greet and receive people. And we see his very famous lip sofa.
Oh yeah.
And in here we see this destroyed piano.
Destroyed piano, right?
We can see this in a video. Actually, the piano ended up in the sea, yeah?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
He was pushing the piano and it ended up in the sea. And there was this piano player still playing the piano.
Still playing as it went out. I remember this. So he put it back in here. That's cool.
And then we see up above us this ceiling made out of glass. He also designed this, and he would have people on it, walking on it, so he would have this special perspective that he liked to paint. On top of the pigeon house, we see his very famous egg.
Oh yeah, you can't miss it. You see it coming up. Yeah.
Eggs everywhere.
Eggs everywhere. That's right. Wow. So interesting. Love the piano.